had an incident on Sunday, and I received a call about 10 to 6. We had an incident, and when I got the call, I couldn't believe what I was hearing. I talked to the chief, and he said, we've got an officer down, and there's been a shooting. And he abruptly hung up. So without detail, obviously my heart's racing. I jumped in my car. I actually have a concealed carry, and I threw my gun in my car. It's like, what am I going to face when I get down there? You know, if there's a shooting, an officer down. And didn't know exactly where it was, but I thought he said somewhere by the station, so I drove down, and obviously when I got here there were lights and an incident going on. It was, how do I describe it, as my heart was jumping out of my chest. It was unnerving to say the least. And I saw a body on the ground. I didn't know who it was or what it was. And obviously you think it's your officer, and I was palpitating. So as I got there and got some detail to the situation, realizing what had happened, it's not something you would ever think would happen in Middlefield Village or anywhere in this Geauga County, great county of ours. And obviously it did. So when I thought about what had happened and reviewed the events, I thought about what could have happened if two professionals had not taken that in their own hands and acted so appropriately and instinctively by being well-trained, professional, and ended the situation right there. To me, the person, and this is conjecture on a non-policeman's part, the guy was on a mission. He did things that made his action overt. I think when he created the situation he created, he did it in front of police officers. So had he not been stopped, what would he have done? What would have happened? Obviously, you heard the 911 call. If you did hear it, there was a 911 call from a pedestrian on the street who ran with his son. So where would this have gone had it escalated past where it did? We have two heroes in this village right now. We have a lot of heroes, but two I want to mention. It's Officer Brandon Savage and Officer Erin. I don't know how you train for that. I can tell you that it went to a random shooter train at the high school, and Brian Savage was so meticulous in his movement. You know, he saw guys going through it like it was a drill. Officer Savage went through that like it was real to him. And I'm telling you today, it was real to him, and because all those things are real to him, he handled the situation. So I get emotional when I talk about this. I'm a proud mayor standing here today of a police department that handled a situation that could have risked many people's lives, and it ended there. It's never happened to report. I don't want to say, you know, it could have been worse. It's bad. Could have been worse, absolutely. But the way it is now, it's bad. We have an officer that's healing. Fortunately, no fatalities on our side. An officer that's healing. They'll have physical impairments the rest of her life. As a mayor of this village, that's not something you want to have happen. I met with her family Sunday night, and obviously they were upset. They drove from Geauga, what a ride that had to be. So the community supported us tremendously. The Sheriff's Department, the county services, everyone has done a fantastic job. But I'm telling you again, the real heroes in that situation, those two officers that handled that situation. I asked the sheriff today if this would be appropriate. He said it would, so I'm going to do this. If I can get it out. Our officers carry 9mm. The shooter had an AK. You talk about David and Goliath. David won the war by being well-trained, thinking instinctively, because he was trained to the point where instincts kicked in. It's like my simple illustration is we drive a stick-shift car. You shift without thinking. It's an automatic response for you. It came automatic to him, and he saved, in my mind, two people's lives and potentially more. So